got a visitor for you.
So the warden has allowed me to get you out of here, but first you have to pass this test. Is that cool?
I'll be a good boy. Honest.
I guess that's a yes. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a series of questions. You can only miss one. If you miss the second one, you're staying here. So, all right, here we go. First question. This is the mascot of the heavy metal band Iron Maiden. What is his name?
I'll write it down.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you doing? What are you doing? You can just tell me.
Eddie.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, next time let's skip the creepy finger painting and you can just tell me the answers, okay? All right, so that's one. You got one right. Next question. All right, can you describe for me Mentos candy to someone who has never had them before?
Crunchy on the outside, gooey on the inside.
Alrighty then. Weird. But yeah, we'll give you that one, I guess. Okay, question number 3. In 1983, Kajagoogoo had the hit Too Shy. What lyrics follow immediately in the pre-chorus after he says, "Hey girl"?
Why don't you come on over?
Wrong. The correct answer is "Move a little closer." So close, so close. All right, let's stick with the music theme. All right. Lady Antebellum was accused of plagiarizing this Alan Parsons Project song with their hit "Need You Now."
Eyes in the sky.
Judges? Oh, they gave it to him. You said eyes, but eye in the sky. That is correct. All right, squeaked by with that one. We'll give you that one. All right. Question number 5. Why would I be in line 30 minutes before Baskin Robbins even opens their doors?
Hey, you want to be the first to get the scoop, right?
Right. You got it. Nice. All right, one more. All right, this is going to be a rapid fire style. So what you're going to do is fill in the blank as quickly as you can think of the answer. So, all right, here we go. Blank and waffles.
Chicken.
Kentucky Fried blank.
Chicken.
Tuna blank of the sea.
Chicken.
Duck, duck.
Chicken.
Ah! I can't believe you fell for that. Oh my goodness. Now you see why good will always triumph, because evil is dumb. Well, Cletus, looks like you're staying here. Say, could you tell the people what's coming up after the music?
There's gonna be carnage.
How's it going? Thanks for joining me today as we take a look at a custom Carnage. Less than 15 of these were made, and I have number 8 out of that. So really excited to see this piece. Don't quite know what to expect because this is first piece that I've gotten from this commissioner, and really excited to see how this stacks up against other statues I have. So should be interesting. So before we move on, please hit that like, sub, and notification bell. And I'm only about 200 away from the 1250 mark. And whenever we hit that, I am giving away a $250 gift code to Spec Fiction, and you can find the link to the video that you need to comment on right here. And what you do is comment your favorite skit that I have done under that, and please hit the sub button also. Helps us get to the 1250 mark, and appreciate the sub. So without further ado, let's unbox it. All right, first off, the box arrived in the best shape that I think I've ever gotten one in. There's a small indentation on each corner, but for the most part, the box is in excellent shape. Almost every statue I get is from DHL, and this was done through EMS. Not sure exactly who that is. Express Mail Service Worldwide. Anyway, it came through USPS. So if this arrived intact 100%, I'm very much more impressed. Looks like in the top here we have all the little tendrils, which is probably the main concern for breakage. Let's see how they did. Okay, it's a flat black painted. Man, that is very thin right there. So the fact that survived, good deal. Very thin one, little right there. We have Mandy assisting. Can't tell what angle I'm at on the camera, so hopefully that shows. I'll show again. Okay, paint job. Impressed. That was one thing I was a little bit concerned, with because you never know until you get it in hand what it looks like. One of the things that I had thought in my head was I hope they put a little bit of black shading in there to kind of dull down just the flatness of the red, and they've done that. They actually hit the highlights, kind of similar to what Dan painted the thing for me at the pants there. They've kind of hit some areas where it's a little bit of spillover, which to me is excellent. And they've got the packing underneath it where they got the tendrils actually coming out of his head. Dang. The fact that this right here arrived intact, look at that, is crazy. Huge thumbs up there. Initial thoughts, the paint job on the skin is, don't love that. Paint job on the hair, a little, would not display this one anyway. I'm not a big fan of the transformation head sculpts, but this is just okay, in my opinion, to be honest. Look at the thinness of the nails here. That is outstanding looking. Great paint job, and the details on the back of the hand, and that for sure will be the one that I display. I can tell you that already. That is excellent. Wow. Okay, this is, I think, probably going to be my favorite head sculpt, which is the man, this thing's got some intricate little tendrils in the sides of the mouth there to where it's like separated from it. There's a gap there, and for that not to have broken shipping again is just wow. Really cool. The inside of the mouth there. Again, I'll give some close-up photos, but excellent paint detail. I'm very impressed so far. Man, I gotta tell you, with the little intricate parts of this, was very ambitious for the commissioner to do this, because this thing is begging to be broken in shipping, and everything to date has been intact. So this is Carnage holding Peter's severed head. This one's very cool too. It is very similar to the first one, but I like it better. It's a little bit larger head, so this is the one I just pulled. I like the way this is spilling, the symbiote black is spilling into the eyes here, and it's a little bit more black overall on the face. Teeth are a little more sinister on this, where they're more uniform here, but the eyes are larger, the overall head sculpt is larger, more black, and you know, the symbiote's kind of spilling around the back there. Very cool. Carnage is not a character I'm terribly educated on, so this is probably a specific era, I'm guessing, you know, versus this, but I like this better. Once again, look at this little detail right here, this little tendril that comes off of, two different places, comes off of the sculpt here. I haven't ever examined the like Sideshow and XM and all that to see if they've done this, but the way that these, within the context of the sculpt, is, oh, got one breakage here. Crap. All right, so that's the first breakage. All right, but anyway, still looks cool. Let me see if I can find this piece in there. But look how massive that is. That is crazy. I love this piece whenever I saw the renders of it. Fairly hefty base. And this is the way it's displayed, because you got the Daily Bugle, you know, emblem there with the A broken off and laying down here. Initial thoughts: the paint is okay. It's not outstanding. It's a little flat. Think it could have, I don't know what to say, a little bit more weathering to it maybe. It's a little flat on the paint on the base there. Definitely could have used some weathering in this damage here, and I may even do that myself. This comes off as a little bit flat, in my opinion, but it's impressive sculpt, just not blown away by the paint. Can hear Ozzy snoring from the other room. Me and my snoring pugs. All right, this is the hand with the Spider-Man mask. Overall, look at the body was something I was slightly concerned with, of how plasticky and toy-like the body might come out, but I'm really impressed with this body paint. Looks really nice. Okay, I'm going to kill the camera and let's assemble this dude. Okay, won't be a whole lot of talking now as I try to figure out where these 10,000 tentacles / tendrils go. So this is going to be interesting. Fast forward. Okay, keyed in nicely. I am probably going to need to go get a photo. Alright, one of the ones I couldn't figure out, this front little part right here, I thought it was this by looking at the photo. I thought it was this by looking at the photo, but it actually is two pieces that make that little loop, so that's what was confusing me. Alright, that was quite a task. Goodness. So, two pieces. It's a little hard to see on the CAD drawings or whatever you say, but I finally figured out, I saw this part right here, and that's what keyed me into it. It goes right here. So now all we gotta do, come right here, now we gotta do is throw a head sculpt and the final hand on it. So I think I like this screaming head sculpt. And I definitely love this hand. It's just so sick. So that is really cool looking. But mercy, I love that head sculpt right there. I love all this detailing in the black. I did not think that this was the one that I was going to go with. Initially I thought I was going to go with the screaming, but I think I like that one. Here's the one with the underbite. So. Here is the transformation. Paint is flat on his skin tone here, so just this one doesn't do it for me, quite honestly. A lot of potential there, but it needs some help. Potentially a repaint on the face. The teeth look fantastic. The eye looks good, but the skin tone is very just toyish on him. I think this is actually my favorite head sculpt, as I just said. Really like the detail there. So, impressed. Let's get to the assessment. All right, concept of it. Clearly you've got Carnage on top of the Daily Bugle here. He's broken off the sign, tendrils going through the sign. Very cool effect here that they pulled off. I really like that. Carnage has anchored himself into the building at various points. Very cool details there. Love this huge sickle arm here. Again, I was able to repair this here. Need to clean it up just a little bit. We're got a little bit of super glue there, but overall outstanding. Construction. Very ambitious piece. Again, I've not seen the XM or the Sideshow ones or whatever with the various tendrils, but my goodness, is this an intricate interweaving of pieces here, including where tendrils go into tendrils, the tentacles. I hope I'm calling them the right thing. But just the way that everything keys on in. We'll say with the engineering, a little bit of color coding with dabs of paint would have helped a ton on the assembly there, because it's quite honestly a little difficult to see on the pictures. Or either that, or have a detailed front and back photo in the instructions. Just my 2 cents. Very ambitious piece. Really impressed with the way that it was packed for all this to have come intact. Like I said, the only piece that was broken was that, and that is quite an accomplishment to pull that off. As I said, the flow of the tendrils around, outstanding. All right, let's talk about the sculpt. So we love the sculpt of the building. Very cool to be a triangle shape, you know, so that's kind of unique to anything that I've seen before. Really like the sculpting of the letters here with the rebar, you know, that it's, you know, the D's broken off, the A's behind them. All right, the sculpt of Carnage is outstanding. The way that all the veining of the symbiote running throughout, just very, very well done, very intricate, very delicate, and a lot of these little tendril pieces here. The hand sculpt here is just crazy. I love this forward hand here. The sculpt is outstanding. I think the pose is outstanding, very sinister looking, very intimidating looking, which is what you know, in my opinion, that you want with Carnage, is just that he's nuts and he's going to kill you. And I think the sculpt pulls that off. So big thumbs up there. All right, moving on to the paint. Let's start at the positives. The tendrils they're matte, but yet they have a little bit of sheen to them too. So I don't know if I would have loved it if they were like gloss. So I think it was a wise choice of the exact texture that they went there. It's got a reflectiveness, but it's not like shiny, oily look to it. So really, really dig that. The paint job on Carnage is excellent. I have zero criticisms there. I really like the way, and I'll show some close-ups, that they got some dark texturing into the musculature and into these ridges in the muscles themselves to make those stand out and not just be a boring flat red. Paint on Carnage himself is a 10. I really like it, really happy with that. The base. Okay, so this is the biggest weakness and biggest criticism I have on the statue. Bricks and ground are very hard to make interesting, but this is very flat. There is some coloring here, but there's just too much of it that doesn't have anything whatsoever going for it. You know, should have put a little bit of color somewhere in there. The letterings of the Daily Bugle sign there, I can actually see a little bit, and I'll show a photo. There's actually, you can see a little bit, it appears, brush strokes in this part here. So really think that they could have weathered in here a little bit, you know, even if it was meant to be a big bronzy letter. I've seen bronze done exceptionally well, and this is done, quite honestly, a little flat. Hate to be critical of work, but the base is the weakness. Sculpt is excellent. Paint is average, very average. So we'll just leave it at that. I hate criticizing people's work, but I'm going to be honest with it. So the arm seams, hidden really well here. I'll show some close-ups. They did a good job of putting the black, you know, for the neck seams there. So now you can see Cletus's face there, and Peter Parker's at the same time as decapitated head. So again, skin tones, this is much better and would have been more acceptable on this face, but so I've already said that, so no sense in beating a dead horse. What I do love is the intricacy of these tendrils going into his hairline there is just outstanding, because I mean, they are thin, very, very dainty. I'll show that in the close-up photos. But again, not the way I would display it, but cool options. Yeah, this head sculpt is to me by far winner. That's my favorite, and this will be the way that I will display it. In just a minute, I'll show what he looks like by my Venom that I have, custom Venom. So two different commissioners, but I think they're going to pair exceptionally well against one another. So really impressed with the way that these two guys match up. Building theme, the poses work together. Very, very cool. Really happy with these two. Really happy with the new Carnage. Can't say enough. Leave in the comments what you think about it. I'm really impressed with it. Commish, thumbs up. So got the Spider-Man on the building that was sculpted by Franco coming. Many of y'all are familiar with. That's currently with the painter, and I think he's going to match fantastic. Thankfully, I have this tall cabinet to accommodate that building. So may have to put risers in here to get these guys up to a similar level, but with the building themes, I think it's going to work excellent and look cool. So let me know what you think. Really appreciate you watching today, and until next time, if you're not doing it half-assed, you ain't doing it right. Take care of yourself.